bitch. Today, not only do I resign from AWP, but I quit. You know, I didn't sign an NDA. Jared, you child diddling cousin fucker. You weirdo. You're a liar. You're a con artist. You're a scammer. And a child diddler. Did I say that? Yeah. You're a
Twice,
weirdo.
Doug. Yeah.
By the way, stay away from schools, especially playgrounds.
What I don't recommend,
Dogs, I swear. Anybody who's a supporter of, I'm so funny. I'm a terrible investigator too. On top of being not funny. I'm too sexy for this phone. Too sexy for this phone, but not for your bone. Oh!
Now he's still live.
Cheers.
Yeah. I won.
This fool
That comes out of Mary's
got
mouth,
in
I
the
can tell you
middle
right
of
now,
my
it's straight
evening that I
lies.
was really
I was a
enjoying, and I
freaking-
just happened to be
I was a
scrolling through
fucking
YouTube.
teenager, man. You know, and
Now let's talk about that for a second. Okay. Let's talk about that for a second. So yeah. Well, let's listen through real quick.
you know, they keep wanting to call themselves Summers.
Well, actually, before I do, let me make something abundantly clear. I was in his chat, and I'll share the screenshots if need be, because I did take screenshots, and I was in his chat, and then he hid me because this is what cowards do. Because I challenge all the tragedy pimps. And he reacted the same way that the douchebag on his screen there that I'm sharing right now reacted. I mean, and I wanted to have a conversation with this guy because, again, people, those of you who follow my channel know that I do not talk about people unless I am willing to confront them directly and talk about them. And I was willing to do that on his channel. I was willing to do that on his turf. I was willing to do that on his call, whatever he wanted. He had the home playing field, and he was still fucking scared. Still scared. And I want to make something abundantly clear. I don't give a fuck about who Don is personally. I never have. I've been clear about that. I still don't. I know that he's the father of a missing child, and he has that much respect for me. But as a person, I don't fucking know. But the stuff that he's sharing is still very telling to me. And I'm just sharing his live that he's doing right now. Let's see, people, if all of a sudden, while I'm sharing this, that it automatically just somehow magically deletes. If it says this video is no more available. I'm curious about that. Let's see what happens.
Angels, I call them Summers witches.
Sure, anybody trying to find your daughter or help out? Yeah, of course, they're witches or drug addicts. Meth heads with an F. Basically, they do methomatics. You should see that. You should have seen Dudley. Yeah, you should have seen him in a G-string. He was fucking boy. He was gorgeous. Him and I used to run around spackle off each other like, hey, I'll throw some spackle in slow motion with me, Dudley. Oh, Dudley. all right, now we're gonna pretend fight, and then I'll meet you down in Knoxville with Andy, and we'll
Now
do
I went back a little bit because there's parts of this that I really wanted you to hear. I mean, but look at his eyes, dude. Look at his eyes. And I was really enjoying my evening, by the way, guys. And then I just happened to be scrolling through YouTube and heard this dude talking shit.
We'll have a reach around I love you party. Yeah, we'll snort it off each other's ass cracks. Don't worry, Bubba. I got you. I'll have to fire and take that 50% back now. Is that cool?
You should have used this one there. Basically, I drove a motorcycle at that time. I knew how old I was. But when you were with this girl that was 14 or younger, Don, you had a truck. You invited her in and you took her home.
He supports them because
He supports them and irrating my fucking life
And see,
and saying all that.
what's really funny is this dude. I wanted to have this conversation one-on-one with him, but he just doesn't seem to have the cajones, as we like to call. He doesn't seem to have the fortitude to be able to have a conversation one-on-one with someone. See, I'll talk shit. I want to be clear about that. I will talk mad shit, but every time I talk shit, and I make no mistake about this, every time I talk mad shit, it is an invite. It is an invite to a conversation. This conversation I asked for, it's not happening. But I'm going live now, hoping that it can still happen. I'll end this live if he'll invite me on his channel, on his turf, to have this conversation. But it won't happen because he's a fucking coward.
that bullshit about me.
And the reason why he's a coward is because he has no conviction behind what he's saying. That's the proof. He has no conviction behind what he's saying.
He supports that. He supports them making up all these lies and accusations against me. There ain't no fucking respect. Get real. You call that fucking respect?
Yeah, I don't respect you, Don. Never have, never will. Is that what your problem is, or is it your problem that I don't respect your little cronies either? And they're not even with their best day. There's not better than my worst day. They can't. You guys can't infiltrate here anymore. Like even down to this girl. What's her name? That had like an interview with BK or something on her channel, but she stole my video and put like flowers and hats on shit on my logos. Used the whole video. Guess what I did? I struck her channel. I've never done that before on a Summer Wells video, and I'll never strike anybody on Summer Wells videos. But if you use it like that and you're a supporter,
let's see if he strikes this.
Friend, oh hell yeah, I'm taking you out as fast as possible. Pew 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 pew. I even have a song. Damn you guys.
Wow, a song.
Trolling all the time, trolling all the time, trolling all the time, trolling all the time.
He's so
yeah,
mad.
whatever. Right, White Boy Benny, change your name. You'll yeah, hell yeah, striking every single one that's a supporter of you guys or anybody who's a supporter of those people.
I want to be clear about something. I could give a fuck about Benny Keys. I could give a fuck about White Boy Radio. I'm grateful to White Boy Radio for sending people over to my channel and whatever, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I mean, I'm being honest. I don't fucking care about any of these other creators. I care about these people that are exploiting this child's name and wasting resources. That's all I care about. And I have questions. Every time I have questions for people who have conviction behind what they're doing, they answer. They talk to me, and then we talk it out. And we may even agree to disagree. But this poor, sorry son of a bitch doesn't have the fortitude to talk to me directly. And I asked him, And he'll say, well, I'm not gonna build your, I don't need you to make content for me. I'm gonna do it anyway. The conversation, whether it happens or not, I'm still gonna make content out of it. It could be on my terms or yours. And I offered for it to be on your terms. And here we are.
Hell yeah, straight to the hizzle. H to the hizzle, whatever it's called. Basically, it just dribbles off my bizzle. Right, thanks, Don. That's how I got you, Doug.
You
How
said
do
it's
you
happened.
call that respect when they coming up with all this bullshit accusations, which is
Right, but-
bullshit?
No, but didn't
How is
you
that
say
respectful?
it happened? You admitted to it.
Did I say what?
You did admit to it.
Look, man,
before.
I got a busted eardrum. You got to speak up, dude.
I can't fucking hear you. I have a busted ear fucking drum. Remember that? Everybody want to know where that came from? This is it. You got to speak up. You heard it loud and clear, you dumbass.
What?
You did admit to it.
Look,
before.
man, I got a busted eardrum. You got to speak up.
Candace
dude.
swatted him.
Okay,
Basically, Candace, you want to speak to Doug Huh, I got Doug on the phone. This is like a miracle. Do you want to speak to Doug Do you want to say thank you? Wait. Yeah, well, I have questions. Oh, no, I don't. Well, I really don't have any questions.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Basically, all right, Candace, go ahead. I'm going to be with Doug
Anything about Candace's story that makes you question the story?
No, not the way it played out and everything like that. I mean, yeah.
No, not the way it played out, right, Don? Right? Not the way it played out. Guess what? I always have to bring receipts. This is why it takes so long, because I got to cut stuff up and bring it up and try to make it professional looking. While other people steal my stuff and just throw their little hats and stuff over my logos and stuff and try to make it theirs. Yeah, that's real cute.
Candace, go ahead. I'm going to be with Doug
Anything about
He's
Candace's
so
story
mad.
that
I
makes
love
you
it.
question the story?
No, not the way it played out. No.
Yeah. Oops. Shit.
I really don't have any
Yeah. Josh has a lot more. Josh has done a lot more for Summer than you too, Don. Matter of fact, you not only accused him and me at the same time back in the day. See, I don't have love loss for these people. Like, they may not like me or something, but I had to do what I had to do for a damn reason to get to where we're at now, Don, because we would have never been to this point, Don, if I didn't step back in the way I did. And I'll take that credit, because I got you and your dumbass wife to start talking, didn't I, Don? Yeah, spitting truth even down to a knee brace that nobody wants to think is important, Don, which is really important, because you would have seen one in the last lifetime had she had one on ever. The reason why they left that day and the reason why your daughter's gone, well, is the reason they left that day. Let's start with, where's the fucking knee brace, Don? Dogs, I swear, are the fucking key, Jody Sue says. No, the knee brace is, you bitch.
questions. Oh, yeah. Basically, all right, Candace, go ahead. I'm going to be with Doug
Anything about Candace's story that makes you question the story?
No, not the way it played out and everything like that. I mean, yeah, you always have questions. I mean, I don't really have any. I mean, I don't really have any questions.
What's happening here? Why is there no sound? Did he like mute himself? What's going on here?
Say I hate them.
Oh, there we go.
And I may not even know them, but anybody who gives
'Cause
you any due process, they're not the law.
I want to make sure I can hear you.
We don't owe you due process, Don. That's the difference. See, I don't owe you due process. And if all these people want to say, well, look what you're doing to these parents who are not even guilty yet. Well, they're guilty of all this other shit that I'm really hurt by. I don't, at this point, Summers just is topping on the cake for me. Anyone else? Don, how many girls? 10 more? 10, 11, 12? How many girls? Over 12 girls, but under the age of 12 or what? Don, what is it? How am I supposed to be okay with that and make videos about this and not think about that every single second while I'm doing this shit? I look at my kids and I'm like, oh my gosh, if you were ever in California, I might just take flight on you for that reason. And these people want to praise you. And I'm not even a prison boy, but I'll prison you up. I'll take flight on you for what you did to these kids. Hell yes. Like anybody else should. Yeah. You deserve a big beatdown, and Mary know it too. She even says it in a second, Don. Guess who's going to give you that beatdown? Somebody in prison will. The place you're scared of. And Don, I'm going to make it my mission to make sure you get back there one way.
I want to be very clear about something. I'm not here to white knight for Don. Personally, as a person, as one man to another, I don't give a fuck about Don other than the fact that he is the father of a missing child. I don't give a shit about this drama between him and God knows who else. I don't give a fuck about any of that. But I give a fuck about this guy interfering with an ongoing investigation with what he's doing. I give a fuck about him calling the TBI and using the TBI's resources as some sort of way to build his channel. That annoys me. It infuriates me, actually.
One way or another, I'm going to find those jail bars and I'm going to put you in that invisible prison you're living in now. Make it real. Make it fucking real, Don. Yeah. Yeah, see, these are real tears. This is what comes from looking for your daughter that you can't. This is what happens to someone who loves something else more than you could ever love or ever have loved. Yeah, just someone who has truth spewing out.
You should have been an emo singer, bro.
Out of his everywhere.
Wow.
My eye ducts, my mouth, my ears, my nose, everything that I have a sense from, Don. It senses that you're a predatorial piece of shit. Gay. Who's taken so much from people from day one of their lives that made it your choice, not theirs. And that's what I have a problem with, Don.
Why are you crying?
Tragedy pimp. Call me whatever you want.
You're a tragedy pimp. You're absolutely.
It's a tragedy what I'm dealing with.
You're the
I'm
epitome of a
pimp you out
pimp.
to every bitch in prison, Don, as soon as I get you there. Yeah.
Does that mean you're going to be in prison?
That's my focus now. I'm going to put bars in front of you, behind you, and side to side. And they're coming, Don. I've already got you in an invisible prison, don't I? You're already in a box. I know I did that.
He's so mad at Don. It's so
I got you to break, Don. I know I got you to break. I bet you is.
But that's okay.
Red flag.
What's really funny is Don hasn't broken since this guy got a hold of him. That's what's really funny. Let's look at the facts here. Okay. Don hasn't broken once since this guy got a hold of him. Before that, maybe. Before that. But once he got a hold of him, Don hasn't done shit. What? He talked about a Mexican cartel and cocaine and, one of the, 4 or 5 possibilities that Don says may have happened to his daughter, Summer. I mean, but he hasn't actually given out a theory necessarily. I mean, and at what point did Don break? He didn't break here on this channel. When he was here the other day, he didn't say anything that was
indicators and those kinds of things that say, why aren't you more forthcoming with information? Why don't you ask? Why don't you tell? Combined with, and you can see it very clearly on her as you watch the video, her jacket opening and closing because of how much respiration she has and a little bit of barriering or needing more space, just makes you feel uncomfortable.
I think there have been people around this home, workers with Don, people coming over to
for whatever
out,
purpose, right? For
party, whatever. I won't make allegations about what they were doing when they were there, but
yeah, but I'll make sure that we know that this shit right there, and Allie, his ex, or Hunter's mom and dad in the same frame right there, and Jose, the 2 shitiots that want to procreate with that one, all in one frame. You guys should actually get an award for that, being able to fit all that shit into one frame and still have me here and Dr. Phil's big forehead. Right, Don? Ain't that right, Panda Boy? Are you the A, Andrew, Andy?
Like, bro.
It's funny, your son calls out your name too, and
listen, bro, space your lines out. Okay. Space your lines out by like maybe 5 minutes or something, because you're gonna fucking have a heart attack. You gotta relax. You gotta calm down.
Drew, between Andy Bernard and you, they're gonna get confused. That's why you jumped into the picture. But both y'all are now you're both in the holler gang for me. Right? You wanted to go that Airbnb 125 Ben Hill, right, bitch? Bitch boy. Yeah, I said it.
Why is he so mad at Don?
Andy Bernard, you little bitch.
It's
You
so
too, Andrew
weird.
Hiltz.
He's
You
mad at
better
all
fix
these.
what you did, Andrew Hiltz, too, and you lied in the timeline about your son.
He's so mad. It's so funny because he's so mad at all these other people that, according to YouTube, surround the Summer Wells case, but really have contributed no facts or anything to the Summer Wells case. He's just so mad at all these people who are invested in facts have completely fucking ignored. I've ignored all of them. I've never listened to shit from this Andrew Hill guy. I didn't even know his last name until he said him. I knew there was an Andrew talking about this, but you've never seen me talk about this on this channel. You never seen me go, "What's going on with Andrew Hill? What did he say? Oh my God." I've never done that.
Going to a doctor's appointment and then the CPS case between him and Candace. Yeah, you're just as big of a problem too, right? Lying about stuff to help. Who are you helping? That's what I want to know. I don't know. Candace let you on her property and let you leave someone. Maybe you're helping Candace, just like Jose came back to help Candace and do that whole thing for, while Don was in jail. Yeah, and then let me just tell you, you guys are all trash and everything shows, right? I'm not stupid. You wish I was. I wish you was.
I mean, like, really? You're not? I mean, come on.
Very educated, actually.
You're very okay.
But I guess we're just YouTubians, or we're just YouTubers, or just dumb ex-pro wrestlers, or dumb comedians, or just failures, right? Or people who need to get jobs, right? You wish I could go get a job.
Now, you see, he hasn't mentioned me yet, but I do show up in his chat a little bit later. But he is alluding to me right now. This happened way earlier. This is not live. This live is happening now, but it's not in real time, just for the record. But yeah, he's a little butthurt of the things that I've said about him so far.
Or could I go get a job? Or do I have do I work more hours a week than you, Don? And I just can't do the normal jobs, but I can make a
wait. How many more? I mean, where are you squeezing in these hours, by the way? Like what job pays you to where you work 5 or 10 minutes sporadically out of the day in between these ridiculous bullshit lives? I'm curious.
Make a living and just enough to get by and get everything I want and have a good savings that I saved for the past 4 years to be able to live for the next 5 without having to work. Yeah, fuck you, Don. I don't see that's the difference between me and all these other tragedy pimps. I'll sit here every night, not make a cent, and still have a smile on my face, Don. But guess what makes sense?
I mean, look.
Well,
Don does drywall. Okay? Like he's got a steady I don't want to say job. I don't want to be misleading or anything, but Don has a steady and I don't even want to say income, but I'll say he has a reliable he's got a reliable trade. Let's say that. He's got a reliable trade. And it's an honest trade. Doing drywall is an honest trade.
Well, the right way always is the right way, and the right way brings money always, right? Like if I needed something, damn it, someone's already taking care of me for a good amount of time.
If we're
Don.
breaking it down, you know what I mean? Like if we're breaking down like what's respectable here as far as income goes, Don beats both of us to that. You know what I mean? Like he does. He's got an honest trade. He's got a skill. Your skill that you're still trying to push on people failed. It failed. You're a fucking failure, dude. And the reason why I say you're a fucking failure is because here you are on YouTube spreading lies and misinformation. And you're, most importantly, interfering with an ongoing investigation of a missing child. That can't be denied. This is proof of that. This is proof of that. And every other video you've done for God knows how many months prior to this is proof of that. You were grifting off of the back of a missing child.
How's that? Not off your daughter's name, just off of the person I am. Don.
See how he defends himself before anybody accuses him
You
of
got
anything?
people, you have an army who
I
wants
love that.
voices like me for the voiceless. People like you and your little tragedy pimps.
But you're
You guys are going to be a thing of the past as soon as we find Summer, or as soon as someone's in cuffs in jail, because then we don't have to even look at these people anymore, and no more cases can they get involved with, because look at here. This is the end of the road. Get along together.
I mean,
oh, and you know Ben Hill ain't right. BK can play with my right there can play with my mind.
oh my God, I don't care.
Sharon Ferry boy. Oh, his beard can beat up and he's holding my finger on your forehead, and you go like,
If you went in front of a judge and said, my sister touched me inappropriately, and then the judge said, well, how old were you? And you would say, I was 12, she was 7. And he goes, shouldn't it be the other way around?
Okay.
How does that happen?
All right, let me play this a little bit more because I'm gonna discuss this a little bit. Cadillac, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm gonna discuss this a little bit. Okay, but let's hear what they have to say first, because in order to refute this properly, I have to hear what they have to say in all fairness.
That happened.
Oh, well, I don't know. Why don't you tell me that? I didn't understand it either.
How would I know?
I didn't understand it when I was 12 years old, dude.
Okay.
I was 12 years old, man.
Okay. He was 12 years old. You just heard Don say it himself. He was 12 years old. All right.
Well,
now, I'm not saying that's an excuse for shitty behavior necessarily. Just saying.
That was the first time I jerked off, though.
yeah, Don, that was the first time I even thought about jerking off, was when I was 12. Do you want the honest truth?
Okay. So this is their argument towards Don. Don says that something that nobody would ever admit to out loud. I mean, I know that I don't know anybody that would ever admit to doing anything, no matter how old they were, in that nature, unless they were an honest person, you know, or a shitty person who's just trying to say fuck you to your face. But I don't get that vibe when Don admits that necessarily. Don is not proud of what he did, but I get the impression that he just doesn't want to be a liar. You know, I'm not excusing what he did. I'm not excusing what he did. And by the way, Jared was 16. I'm going to tell you this, because I know people are like, you know, they're comparing Jared at 16 to Don at 12. There's a fundamental difference between what I thought of sexually at 12 and what I thought of at 16. A fundamental difference. Very, very different. Okay? And I'm not making excuses for the behavior. It was absolutely wrong. But as I've said before, I shoplifted when I was 12, but I'm not a thief. I have shoplifted when I was 12, but I am not a thief. I'd rather I'd rather get a beating from 100 people than steal from somebody just for the pleasure of stealing from them. I'm too proud of a person. But at 12 years old, when you're curious about sex, because at 12 years old, you're curious about sex. You're nothing further than curious about sex at 12 years old as a male. You don't know what you're doing at 12 years old. You don't know what you like. You can't even establish your own sexual orientation reliably at 12 years old. You can't. It can't be done. There's no way to know. You know why? Because you haven't gone through puberty yet. You don't know. You don't know yourself yet. And I'm not saying that it didn't victimize his stepsister. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he didn't victimize his stepsister. I'm saying at 12 years old, though, could he have known really that he was victimizing and really understood the consequences at 12 years old? That's the question. I'm not making excuses for it. I'm saying that his stepsister, definitely a victim. But, I mean, if you victimize someone at 12 years old, what do? What happens to somebody if you have a child who's 12 years old and they victimize somebody? What's your instinct as far as dealing with that 12-year-old child? Because at 12 years old, make no mistake, they're still a child. What if that 12 years old was victimized? Because what happens, a 12-year-old cannot consent at that age, can they? If a 30-year-old or a 50-year-old molests a 12-year-old, that 12-year-old is a victim, no matter what. No questions asked. No questions asked. That 12-year-old is a victim. Now, I'm not saying Don was a victim at the time. I'm saying that a 12-year-old, how can you hold them completely accountable as far as victimizing someone else? How can you do that? It doesn't make sense.
That's when I found my dick. 12 years old. I was a late bloomer for everything.
Right there. He just said it. At 12 years old is when he found his dick. Maybe he started doing cardio at 11. I don't know. I was playing my guitar. I was playing my dick like a guitar at 5, and I got in trouble because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But at 12, I was afraid to touch it aside from peeing because there were things happening that I didn't know what to do. I didn't understand what was happening. Things were happening with my dick that I didn't understand. Now, I never touched anybody else with it. I you know, but I didn't know what to fucking do. How can I be held responsible at 12 years old with what I did with my dick when I didn't know what to fucking do with it? How can Doug hold someone responsible for what they do with their dick when he's saying that he just fucking first saw it at 12 years old? That's what I want to know. Because someone could be a late bloomer or whatever. Who knows what the fuck's going on? But here's Doug accusing him of being a predator at 12 years old. When Doug is saying, I don't even fucking know what the fuck. I just saw my dick at 12 years old for the first time. What? I was aware of my dick long before that. I was actually protective of it. I didn't know what it was valuable for, but I knew it was fucking valuable. I knew my pinky was valuable too. What's this motherfucker talking about?
Hold it against me, Don. Do whatever you want, but guess what? I've never done anything to a little person. Not like a Don. Do whatever. I was a late bloomer for everything. Time I even thought about jerking off was when I was 12. Do you want the honest truth? That's when I found my dick. First time I even thought about jerking off was when I was 12. Do you want the honest truth? That's when I found my dick. First time I even thought about jerking off was when I was 12. Do you want the honest truth? That's when I found my dick. First time I even thought about jerking off was when I was 12. Do you want the honest truth? That's when I found my dick. 12 years old. I was a late bloomer for everything. Hold it against me, Don. Do whatever you want, but guess what? I've never done anything to a little person. Not like a midget or anything. A little person like younger. Would I? Maybe if the little persons are people too. Yeah, if she was of age, of course. But like Don. Just in case I know little people watch. I know. Speaking of little people, before I get back to you, you sicko Don, we'll break the monotony for a second. There was a psychic little person that robbed a bank, okay? And the call that went over the police speakers when there's a small, medium, at large.
What the fuck is this guy's obsession with midgets? Yes, I said the M word, by the way, midgets. He keeps saying little person because he wants to be protected, but he's obsessed with it. See, I can comfortably say the word midget because I don't think there's anything wrong with it. You guys might think it's a slur. I don't think it's a slur. I could give a fuck if you're offended by it. Sorry. But I really could give a fuck if you're offended by the word midget. I really don't care. But I feel comfortable talking about, I feel comfortable using that word because I don't obsess over the subject. It's fucking weird that every time I review this guy, he talks about midgets. What the fuck's going on with this guy's brain? I don't get it.
Okay, little people jokes off the list. All right, that was my go-to. That sucks. Okay, back to this.
It's always your go-to. It's really
now
weird.
Back to you, Don. That small, medium, a large, small, okay, little people still off the list. Okay.
So like,
When I was 12, I still.
Oh yeah, what the fuck ever, dude?
Oh, I didn't.
You're fucking lying.
You're telling me I didn't know better
No,
at
I'm
12?
talking to Doug.
why did you tell the
Of course you're talking to me. I just told you a lie and started jerking off at 12 and all of a sudden look at your face, you weirdo. Oh, yeah, you're pissed off. It took me till 12. Look at you. I'm talking to Doug. You freaking weirdo.
So like,
When I was 12, I still.
Oh yeah, what the fuck ever, dude?
Oh, I didn't.
You're fucking lying.
You're telling me I didn't know better
No,
at
I'm
12?
talking to Doug.
why did you? tell
Yeah,
the
you're talking to me
defendant-
now. What did I say?
I'm not being disrespectful. I don't. You don't need to.
Doug, talk about your dick more so white boy and I can
Whatever,
jerk off to
man.
it.
Well, she was
Y'all
5
just
years
want
old.
to listen to half.
like, listen to the maturity here. Don is trying to like, he's just trying to deal with the fact that he admitted to something that he probably should have never admitted to, clearly should have never done. But I mean, he was 12. What do you think someone's reaction is going to be when they're faced with something? I mean, he's going right now. Don is going through this thing in his mind where he's like, I admitted to this thing. I should have never done it. I have to deal with the fact that I admitted to it. But at the same time, it's like I was fucking 12. And he's trying to explain it. And he's being ambushed by these guys that are just trying to fucking attack him and destroy every little bit of credibility that this guy could ever possibly have. And for some reason, he feels the need to defend it. It's really, I mean, I don't think Don should have to do that. And if Don stayed the fuck off YouTube in the first place, like I asked him to well over a year ago, like I recommended that he does well over a year ago, stayed the fuck off YouTube, these personal things between him and his family would have never even come to light. He would never be in a position to have to explain them. Because the fact is I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to just break this down right now. There's nothing any of you guys in my chat have ever done at 12 years old that I give a fuck about. I don't want to know. That's none of my business. That's between you and your family. Whatever the fuck you did at 12 years old is none of my fucking business.
No, she wasn't. She was 7. That's another fucking lie.
And you were older, so
And I was
you were
like
the
12.
Jesus fucking
well. That's
Christ.
still an
Yeah,
age
well, you
gap.
know what? Girls
That's a
mature.
no-no.
Girls mature way faster.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
Don,
Girls
you're
mature way
not
faster
helping
in their
yourself,
evil
dude.
ways. You know?
Don, you're not
Right,
helping
but it
Sorry,
does.
man. You know, that's just how it is.
It's just one of those things, Don. If you went in front of a judge and said, "My sister touched me inappropriately," and then the judge said,
This is why I tell Don to stay.
Hey, if you're out there listening, Josh, it is what it is.
This is why I tell Don to stay the fuck off YouTube. Because before this happened to his daughter, I don't think Don has ever stepped foot on a YouTube channel ever once. I don't think he's ever even really known what YouTube was and what to do with it. I don't think he ever really grasped what this is. You know? And it's like, man, Don, I'm trying to tell you. Some of us YouTubers are trying to tell you to stay the fuck off YouTube and don't fucking talk to these people. Because they're just looking for anything that you say to twist it and then get you to fucking...
It is, right? Like, I'd have you up here if you want to come up. Like I said, I have no problem with anybody. But what I would say is this, is that I think this is very, 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 your response here was 100% on ball right here. I'm going to say whatever you say right here is on point. Is on point. And this is where I have no problems with like certain things. Like I can get through negative stuff. People, hey, I can get rid of, if something happened in the past, I'm over it. It's about it's about the army we continue to build on and build from, right? Like, again, don't get this twisted, people. There's 6 million people that are on the internet on YouTube watching. Like, there's plenty of people watching for all of us. I don't know the glare if it went in front of a jury, but I'm not a judge, jury, or executioner.
Okay.
But I'm allowed to do it on my channel, whatever.
Oh, I asked him like, because he made the statement, what would a judge say about it? It wouldn't matter what a judge says about it. It matters what a jury would say about it. So I asked the question in his chat, what would a jury say about it? This is his response. I don't know what a fucking jury would say. Here we go.
Whatever I want to do, just like you are, right? but I don't violate. I don't go across the lines. This is not how I behave. But these parents have obviously shown their behaviors. I've covered them for 2 years.
Okay. You have violated by calling the TBI with bullshit that doesn't even resemble proof of anything, by tying up a missing persons tip line. You violated the chances of, I'm not saying you killed the chances. I'm saying you violated the chances of a missing person being found. Somebody could have been calling to get through to that line and then chicken the fuck out at the last second because they were on hold, waiting for you to shut the fuck up about your bullshit with Don. But somebody could have been on hold waiting to say, I might know something. I don't know if I know something, but I might know something. You violated someone's chance of getting justice. That's what you did.
Years straight. Matter of fact, they've been in my life for 2 years straight, calling me. I had to move once. Yeah, I had to move. They fucked up my car too. I had to move. I'm moving again because of this.
See, I never had to move. I don't have people fucking harassing me and I mean, I've had people go after my real life more or less, and I've had JLR try to attack my family online, but it goes with the territory. It just is. You don't get to whine about getting any scrutiny because you speak your mind on YouTube. I don't. I know the risks. I get it. I know the risks. Bottom line, if somebody fucks with my real life and I find it actually threatening, then I'm going to go after them within the boundaries of the law. That's what I'm going to do. Cadillac, thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's what I'm going to do. But one thing I'm not going to do is fucking whine and bitch. Like, have some conviction behind the shit that you're saying.
In the next few days. So yeah. Do I have the right to do what I'm doing? Yes, I do. Every single day to combat everybody in this case until this guy is brought to justice for what he's done.
I love people like this. I love it because they go, I have the right to say what I'm saying. I have the right. Well, I have the right to criticize you for it if I don't agree with it. And that's what I'm doing. And yes, you have the right to refuse me when I say, hey, listen, because of my own personal scruples, I would like to address these things to you directly. I'd rather not be doing this live, but I'll settle for it if you are too much of a fucking coward to talk to me directly, which I presented you with the opportunity to do so, and this is how you responded.
Done and what he's doing. Hell to the yes. And if you want to protect him and make videos about me, then you're just with him. Run with him because you know what? You got to.
Let me make something abundantly clear. I'm not protecting Don. Don's a grown fucking man. All I did was give him an opportunity to speak his mind on my channel because he's the father of a missing child. I didn't invite him up. I didn't ask him to come up. He showed up in my chat and I gave him a platform because he asked for it. I gave him the opportunity to speak his mind, period. I did nothing beyond that. I'm not here white knighting for Doug. I'm white knighting for the justice system. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to remind viewers that there is a justice system and there is a principle that is behind the justice system that has built it. And that principle is innocent until proven guilty. And you have not presented any evidence that indicates his guilt as far as what happened to Summer. Because the only interest that I have in Dawn is what happened to Summer. I don't give a fuck about Dawn beyond that. I'm being completely and 100% honest. Some of you might be offended by that. And honestly, I don't give a fuck. I don't care what you think. I don't care how you feel about it. I don't give a fuck about Dawn other than the fact that his daughter is missing. And if he shows me that he is looking to find her and wants to find her, then that is as much investment as I will personally have in Dawn. Other than that, I don't give a fuck about that dude. I don't give a fuck about anybody else. What I give a fuck about is that Summer is found. That's all I care about. You're the one making this about Dawn. You people are the one making this about Dawn, Candace's mother. I don't give a shit about anything outside of how can this be helpful to Summer. And how what you're doing is hurting finding Summer. And I have always called out pieces of shit creators like you, and I will continue to do so. And you are doing nothing but proving and you're validating what I do here on YouTube by your own behavior. Not by anything that you say at me. I don't give a fuck what you think about me. But you're validating what I do on YouTube by doing what you're doing.
So can't what? Just they just run with them, right? Those who can't. And no, I don't have time for you. You just had your 2 seconds of fame later. Nobody needs you, right? See how that works? The glare is now just a what? You should change your name to just a memory. Because nobody cares about you over here. See, this is Summer's army. And what happens when you come here, this is the way it rolls. Right? Clip that bitch in your
Summer's army. I love it. Yet you've done nothing that is other than counterproductive to finding Summer. You've done nothing other than that. Just pure counterproductive bullshit to finding Summer.
Your tiny ass shirt. Now I'm done with you.
I mean, like, is it tiny though? You know what I mean? Or does the shit fit me perfectly? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Come on now. Like, I mean, are you seriously sitting here? This is what these people all always have in common. What does that say about you? I could sit here and I can do an entire live covering your shit and pointing out how much you suck and how shitty you are as far as giving the true crime community a bad name in detail just by going over your own content. Yet you all you have to say about me is how my shirt fits. That's what you've got. That's the best you've got. That shows not only me, but everyone who watches you that you are completely full of shit as far as what you're talking about. Because I asked to go on your platform, just like I did the dickhead on the right on that screen. I asked to go on your platform so that you can run the narrative in our conversation And you were too much of a fucking little cunt to do it. I mean, dude, where are you at? Where are you at?
See how that works?
Yeah, I see how it
Well,
works.
how old were you? And you would say, I was 12, she was 7. And he goes, shouldn't it be the other way around? How does that happen?
Oh, well, I don't know. Why don't you tell me that? I didn't understand it either.
How would I?
I didn't understand it when I was 12 years old, dude. I was 12 years old, man.
Well, when I was
That
12,
was the first time I jerked off, though.
See,
when I was 12, I still.
Oh yeah, what the fuck ever.
I love how they keep going to jerking off. They keep going there to jerking off. I mean, dude, seriously, like you always go back to jerking off. It's the weirdest fucking shit in the world.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Ice, when are they gonna get it, Ice? When are they gonna learn? I don't know. Thanks, Lisa Oldens. I appreciate that.
Oh, I didn't.
You're fucking lying.
See, look, that's what's funny is when you own real estate in someone's head, that's what happens. They have to stop their lives they have to stop their lives to come over for you. What's his name again? That's right. We don't even know who you are, right? Later.
Telling me I didn't know.
Well, dude, no, I started a new live, but I watched the whole fucking movie with my girl. Like while you were doing this, and then I just happened to be thumbing through YouTube, and I was just like, "This motherfucker." And again, see, my whole thing is I don't like to review people without confronting them directly and giving them an opportunity to talk to me. And here I was in his chat doing that. And this is his response.
No better.
Why did you tell the behavior panel that you didn't do it if you're saying that you did do it and you were 12?
I'm from Miami. That guy looks like he's on cocaine. Okay, butter teeth. Later.
I mean, dude,
that guy must be messed up.
You're up at all hours of the day, the night, and you act like that. Anybody with any common sense whatsoever is going to assume that you're on cocaine or something to the effect, some sort of street level stimulant. I mean, it's just common sense. Your audience are fools if they don't see it.
Stop. You guys are idiots. I just have sense. Right? I have a sense of humor too. That's why I gave you your 5 minutes or you got 5 seconds. Later, bitch.
Right. At this point, I was hidden.
She was 7.
At this point, I was hidden from his channel.
Silent treatment sucks. I know. Narcissists hate it.
Raped anybody, and I've never raped anybody, and I've never had sex with any of my stepsisters. This was just a touchy-feely thing, man. That's all it ever.
See, I hate that Don has to like defend himself, because the more he defends himself, the more shitty he sounds. Like, dude, like, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm listening to Don and I'm going, dude, just shut the fuck up and just get off the panel with these idiots. Why are you indulging them? Why are you doing that, dude? You know, because the bottom line, and I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for this, and the truth is, fuck it, I don't care. Don is, by doing shit like this and joining panels like that, he's contributing to the madness when it comes to Summer not being found. He's contributing to it. Because all that is drama. All people are looking at this point now is like, well, did he molest? Did he touch? Well, not having sex is still molestation and blah blah blah. If he touched them, blah blah blah. And he's sitting there trying to explain himself, and it's not in any way, shape, or form helpful to finding his daughter. It's not at all. Like, you know, I mean, my defense for Don is always going to go to there's no evidence, because this is still, whether you like it or not, people, I want to be clear about that. This is not evidence that Don did anything to Summer. None of this. It's not even remotely evidence that Don did anything to Summer or had anything to do with Summer's disappearance. None of this is. But yet, it can be construed that way by fucking dumb, half-thinking idiots. The kind of half-thinking idiots that subscribe to channels like Doug's or Josh's. Simple.
And that's all it ever was.
Here, Donnie, guess what? I'm going to connect my phone, and why don't you just go ahead and call? Because I don't want to see your dumb face on here, Don, but I'll let you call in. And you say one cuss word or you say the N-word, I'm cutting you right off. How's that? Because the ball is over here, and you're lucky if you get any airtime.
See how that
this
works,
time,
too?
I'll let Mary have it because she deserves whatever you give her.
So what has he got? Who does he got out there?
Right, Don?
He's got...
By the way, you did hold her
What
down.
a
Did he hold you
shocker.
down by your throat?
What a shocker. Okay, so he's got one of Don's stepsisters up there, and he's got Jaundice up there.
Mary White, some of his friends tried to do some bad things to you. Let's see if you get any airtime. But this time, I'll let Mary have it because she deserves whatever you give her. Right, Don? By the way, you did hold her down. Didn't he hold you down by your throat, Mary White? Some of his friends tried to do some bad things
Now,
to you.
I want
Let's just
to
make that
I'm going
clear.
to say
Yeah,
this.
okay,
'Cause
Don.
This is going to piss you guys off a little bit too. I want to be clear about this too. I want to be clear about my opinion on this. Because you're saying, Vicky W., and I love your empathy, don't get me wrong, but you're saying, I feel so bad for Don. He just wants his baby girl found. Granted, but here's the thing. He agrees with me. Every time that Don has been in my chat or been on my panel, he has said, exactly, he's agreed with me. He goes, yes, 100%, exactly, 100%, right? When I say just let the fucking law enforcement agents that are charged with the responsibility of finding Summer, just let them do their fucking job. I've said this a million fucking times. And a few of those times, Don has been in my chat agreeing with me. Don has been on my panel agreeing with me. But I guarantee you, this is the thing that people are probably missing. I guarantee you that law enforcement has told him the same fucking thing. Don, stop going on YouTube channels and doing this because you're perpetuating the drama. Knock it the fuck off. You're making it harder for those of us who want justice for you and Candace and anybody else who loves Summer. You're making it harder for us to defend you when you keep showing up on these panels and doing this shit. Knock it the fuck off. Because I can't keep defending you. Stop. I don't have any reason to think that he doesn't want his little girl found. I just don't think that he has the brain capacity to fucking understand that what he's doing is interfering with that. And I want him to finally get that fucking understanding because I'm sick and tired of it and I'm pissed off about it. I'm sick and tired of people fighting with each other on YouTube and making a little girl's name be the fuel between people just and using it as an excuse between people fighting on the internet. Because it's an injustice to that little girl. It's sickening. It's fucking sickening. And it makes me want to just fucking quit. I'm not even trying to lie. It makes me just fucking want to quit. Because what the fuck am I doing here? I keep saying the same fucking thing over and over and over and over again. For the last 4 fucking years, I've been up here saying the same fucking thing over and over and over and over again. And I've always been consistent in what I've said. I've never swayed from it. I've never said anything different. And yet the same fucking thing keeps happening. And now I feel stupid for doing it. What good am I to you if you won't fucking listen to people with any sense trying to defend you? Fuck.
Yes, he held me down.
But he did this to.
God, I don't fucking care about that shit. I don't want to. I can't even fucking listen to it anymore. I can't fucking listen to it anymore, people. Like, and I'm sorry I lost my temper on here, man. Thank you, Burden of Proof. Because that's exactly how I feel. Help us help you. I want YouTubers to have the reputation at some point. I know we're so far from that. I want us YouTubers to have the reputation that we can be helpful towards parents who have missing kids. I want that so bad. But you're not making it easy, Don. You're not making it fucking easy. I got to sit here and talk about how irrelevant it is because I'm so concerned with the facts of a case that are relevant to a case. And I got to sit up here and look like I'm defending you for doing something that you should never have done because I'm differentiating the fact that it has nothing to do with your daughter's disappearance. You are the father of a missing child. That's all I care about. And I'm trying to help you with that. But you are sitting up here and going in with these people, explaining your fucking childhood with these people who are just trying to tear you apart, that don't give a fuck about your daughter being found. They don't care. And you know they don't care. But for some reason, it's important to you to defend yourself against these people. And you know, man, I'm not trying to mock you with your religion and whatnot. I'm not trying to do that, dude. And Don, I see you're in my chat. I can't this time. I can't let you up here because I'm gonna fucking yell at you. I'm already mad. I'm already mad, and I don't want to disrespect you any further than I already am. But you got to knock this shit off. And I see now I'm stuck in this place where I'm like, do I let him up if he wants to come up? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Because Don, I can't. I'm not just talking on your behalf. I'm talking about every parent in your position, and you are fucking up the credibility, Don. I swear to God, I hate saying this, but I would be remiss if I didn't tell you the fucking truth. The truth is, you, by doing what you're doing, you are making a bad name for other victims' parents and families by doing what you're doing. You're fucking up the credibility of parents who just want their kids found. I don't know what else to tell you. Because that's honestly how I feel. I swear to God, if I lose every fucking subscriber right now for saying that, I don't care. Everything that I've done on YouTube so far has all been worth it to say that. Don, I'm not your friend, man. I don't know you. I'm very careful about who I consider my friends. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you're my friend. And I don't call people my friends unless you have earned that. And I have earned that with you. And I have not earned that with you yet. Have a higher standard for your fucking friends, dude. I don't believe you had anything to do with your daughter's disappearance. I honestly don't. I stand by that, and I mean it with all my heart. But fuck, dude. Like, spreading your daughter's information is so important, and there's credibility that is involved with making that very effective. And you are fucking that credibility up. I don't even know if you understand what I'm saying. I'm calling it, man. Fuck. God damn it. All right. All right. I'm not going to yell at you, Don, if you come up. I'm not, and I'm not inviting you. I want it known that I'm putting the link in the chat. Again, I am not going to refuse the parent of a missing child on my channel a link to come up here and talk. So I'm going to share the link and I'm going to let Don up. But I'm pissed. I don't, and I want it clear. I don't want to do this. That link is only for Don, nobody else. I was going to stop this. And please don't, at this point, please don't fucking super chat me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Don't fucking send any super chats. Don't cash at me. Don't do none of that shit. Please. I had no expectation that Don was going to come up here. Do not, at this point, send me any super chats. Nothing. I don't want them. This is not about that.
How's it going, bud?
It's been better, dude.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's been way better in my lifetime. I guarantee you that.
I know. I understand that.
I understand the frustration too. I'll be straight up honest with you. I totally understand the frustration. I've been dealing with this frustration for 2 years, bro.
I get it.
Yeah, I get it. You're not my friend. We won't go there. Hey, it is what it is.
It doesn't mean that I don't care about you, and it doesn't mean that I
Right.
don't want the best for you.
Well, I appreciate
I don't want you
that.
to confuse that.
Yeah,
I don't
I
have
get
any
that.
animosity.
But I totally get the frustration. I totally understand what these other channels are going through. Even Doug that can't seem to comprehend stuff or whatever. I understand the frustration. You know, I've been frustrated for 2 years now, completely frustrated. My life and my family has been completely torn apart in the past 2 years. So if y'all think you're frustrated, put yourself in my shoes.
So Don, let me ask you this, because I'm going to ask you some hard questions. You
That's
asked to come
fine.
up here. I didn't
Okay,
invite you up
well,
here.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've had a couple drinks to try to ease the pain in my back. I'm in so much damn pain, I can't stand it. So
Fair enough.
I've had a few drinks.
That's fine. I mean, I'm not judging you for that.
All right.
Now, how at this point can what I'm saying is how are you not more pissed off about this than I am and just saying fuck YouTube? Why can't
Well,
you just at this point just see the damage that has been done and the damage that you've contributed to, Don? Be honest.
well, I understand that. Yeah, I've got in there and acted like a jackass in every way.
I don't care
Got
about
in
you
there.
acting like a jackass, but talking about things that are irrelevant to the case and making your personal life public to everyone in the world. Do you see the damage that it's done to Summer's case?
I've never been in this situation in my life. I didn't give a damn about YouTube or social media ever in my life. You know, there was a time, once upon a time, I thought 95% of the people in the world were good people. You know, back when I had all my kids and everything was fine and I trusted everybody. Now I trust hardly no one anymore.
But that's not true, Don. Okay,
No,
I'm going to
it's
call you
true.
on your
Oh
bullshit
well,
right
no,
now
well,
because
no. Just because I give,
you're
hold up.
saying
Just
that you don't
because,
trust anybody,
just
but
because I
you are
give
showing
Doug,
trust. You are showing
yeah,
trust to all these other YouTubers that
yeah,
are just looking to
right,
crucify you. Why are you
right,
doing that? Why do you
yeah.
continue to do it?
Good words, because that's exactly what it is. Yeah, you know, yeah, because I give Doug a chance again and try to trust him because he comes at me like, man, I'm sorry, bro. I'm your best friend. And man, we just want to get to the truth and blah, blah, blah. You know, I give him the benefit of the doubt and I trusted him again like a dumbass. I totally agree with you. You know, I totally agree with you.
You know what
Yeah,
makes me most mad is now you're up here and this is going to get used for content by them and get
right.
twisted
Yes.
because I'm coming at you and I'm
Right.
being honest about my feelings about
Right.
how you've been doing this, and they're going to twist this as
They will.
even the glare is attacking Don Wells and blah, 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 blah. And I don't,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I know. I get it. I totally understand the frustration. I mean, this has been going on for 2 years now. It's
It's been
crazy.
2 years, Don. Like, I'm telling
Well,
you, get the fuck off of YouTube altogether. Why
well,
do you
okay.
feel
Let
the
me.
need to continue to
Okay.
talk to these YouTubers?
Can I?
Why do you
Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. Because Doug Josh, the lab, and others, you know, they create a mob. They're coming after us full force. I'm willing to go live to try to stop that mob. They're destroying my wife. They're destroying my family. I have zero chance of ever seeing my boys again because of this mob type atmosphere that they keep creating. And they're going full force to crucify us, in your words, to crucify us in every way that they can. And now I have no hope no more for my life. I don't.
Okay.
I have zero hope left for my life.
All right, can we talk man to man?
Yes, sir.
As far as
Absolutely.
what you're saying right now, because what you're saying
Yes,
right
sir.
now is extremely alarming. And most of the time, when people talk to me like this, I say, get off and call a helpline because I'm
There is
not
no helpline
qualified.
for me.
I'm
There
not
is no.
qualified to
There
help you
is no
through this.
helpline. There is no helpline for me. If I call the helpline in Hawkins County, they're going to come out and arrest me and put me in 23-hour lockdown. That's the helpline I get, bro.
You want to know
Straight
what the
out.
best thing? I'm gonna put my balls out there right here, dude. I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. The best thing that ever happened to me before I even started this channel, me doing what I'm doing right now, me being who I am right now, started with me getting locked up
I've
against
been
my
locked
will.
up. I've been locked up most of my life, bro.
Hold on a second.
I have over
Hold on,
5 years in
Don,
23-hour lockdown. Okay.
let me
I
talk for
mean,
a
yeah.
second
I mean, all right.
because
I'm letting you talk. I
I'm
know all
pissed.
about. I'm pissed too. You
And
think you have a
I
right to
don't
be pissed?
I know you have a
You
right to be
don't think I
pissed.
have a right to be pissed?
Don, listen to me.
I am listening to you.
The best thing that ever happened to me, what saved my life, was me getting locked up against my will because people tried to save my life from hurting myself.
And I could say the
And
same thing.
all
I
right,
can say the same thing.
but
I'm not doing no drugs. I'm not breaking no laws.
I'm
I'm
not talking
legit.
about that. I'm not talking
Okay.
about
I
that.
mean, I'm doing everything I can to do
I'm
what these
saying
sons of bitches want me to do. And it's not enough for these motherfuckers.
Why does what they want you to do matter? Who gives a fuck what they want you to do? Why does what they want you to do matter? What everyone here is thinking, and some people are going to cheer for me for saying that. Some people are going to fucking shit all over me for saying it. But the only thing that you need to be doing is focusing on creating a home that is safe for Summer to come home to, because we have hope for Summer coming home.
I have a home.
I do.
I have a home in East Tennessee that we've remodeled. We've got it done. We've got it painted. We've done a lot of work, and it's sitting there. But I can't get a job in East Tennessee thanks to you know the whole story. I ain't got to go there. But right now I'm sitting here. I can't even walk no more. I can't walk. I'm crippled now. I don't know how long this is going to last. I don't know.
I still to this day don't drive a car because I don't need to. I realize that I don't need to.
That's awesome.
I make money. I support myself. I do what I have to do. And when it came to having to do what I had to do for my kid,
yeah,
I went from renting a room for $300 because I was perfectly comfortable. I went from renting a room for $300.
Yeah.
But no, there's nothing wrong with that. You're right.
No.
But what happened was I was in a position, I won't get into details on that, but I was in a position to where I had to take my kid in and thinking that he was perfectly safe with his mom. Turned out he wasn't. And I went and I worked my ass off to be able to earn enough money for a 2-bedroom apartment for the both of us. I fought for him in court and I won custody of him.
Right.
Being somebody who had at the time no different than the same habits you have.
Right. I get that.
But I did what I had to do.
Well, I'm trying to do everything.
The people in this chat and everybody watching you and everybody wants to know why the fuck you're not doing the same thing and why you're so worried about why the fuck people on YouTube are your concern. Why the fuck you care what people on YouTube are saying about you? Just fucking worry about getting your shit done.
Okay, I am doing everything they are requiring us to do, and we just completed a class and got certificates for parenting. Just completed that.
Okay.
I still have a class to do for drug and alcohol classes. I got like, I don't know, 23 hours left of that or whatever. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. Yes, sir. But,
all right, let me stop you right there.
All right.
And I'm doing this out of respect.
All
right. Those details are none of anybody's business. I'm begging you to just cut yourself off of YouTube altogether and get whatever you have to do done,
right,
to create a home for Summer to come home to if she's found safely. And we all have hope that Summer's going to be found safely. That's what I'm begging you to do.
Well, I mean,
we're all begging you to do it.
I've completely rewired. I mean, our house in East Tennessee, we've almost completely remodeled. That's done. But I cannot get no work in East Tennessee. You know,
understood,
because of everything.
But I bet you anything that if you just, I mean, it's going to take some time. It's going to take token of effort after token of effort after token of effort after token of effort to convince anybody in the drywall industry to be able to say, I'm going to take a chance on this guy because I know his heart's in the right place and I know what he's going through. I'm going to take a chance on him. You got to convince those guys. You got to work that much harder to convince those people to give you an opportunity.
Here's the problem. I work for Richard Tucker in East Tennessee, Richard Home Builders.
Please don't say names. Please don't say names.
It's already out there. His name's already out there.
All right.
You know, and that's who I worked for 13 years straight. 7 days a week to raise my children for 13 years straight. To raise my children. I never had no assistance. I'm trying really hard not to cuss, but I get so mad. I worked 7 days a week for 13 years straight to support my children. Never got no damn food stamps or anything or assistance from the state in any
I feel
damn
that,
way.
man. I feel that.
You know, and now I'm 58. I'm broke down. I got a herniated or ruptured disc in my back right now, you know, and I'm going to try to go to work Mondays. As much pain as it's going to cause me, I'm still going to try. Whether I'm going to be able to or not, I don't know. I can't even walk right now.
You
I'm
will.
going to try. I'm going to try.
You will.
I got a really good job here working for my boss. I worked for here years when we first had our first boy. This is where I was, and my buddy was so glad to see me, and man, we're like brothers, and now and all of a sudden this happened in my back, you know. But so it's up to God, bro. It's totally up to God what happens next. I'm trying everything I can, you know. I'm trying. I really am, bro. And I'm doing the classes. We completed a class just like yesterday, right, baby?
Yes.
And
I think that you truly believe that you are, but
I'm doing everything I can.
every time you show up on YouTube
Okay,
trying
but
to defend
can
yourself,
yes,
you're contradicting that
yeah,
image.
because there's nothing you can tell these people. I don't
Right.
care if you
So
show
stop.
them.
So
Yeah,
stop.
yeah, okay, all right,
You know what I mean? Just
yeah,
fucking
I'm
stop and
listening.
only put all your energy, all of your energy in focusing on building your
And I
home back.
and
That is
yeah,
a home for Summer to be welcome to come home to.
and I think I agree with you on that. I really do. It's just when I see this mob atmosphere start kicking up and stuff, and they're going to come out and crucify me, I feel like I have to defend my family. You
I
know,
get it.
what
I
any
get it.
father would
Man, I
do. You
get
know,
it. I
and that's
get it.
what I. But I think that you're right. I really do. If I just totally went silent, I think that would probably be the most right thing to do.
It would be.
I mean,
I know it would be.
and I get that, and I totally have respect for what you're saying. I really do, and I think about this all the time.
Don, I want the best for you, man.
I
I really
appreciate
do.
that.
And I want the best for Candace. And
Uh,
I want the best for your boys. And whatever's going on with your boys and why they're not home with you is none of anybody's business. But every time that you go on somebody's YouTube channel, you
yeah.
are you are not, you don't think that CPS sees these things.
Oh,
You don't
not
think
only
that
not
TBI sees these things. You don't say,
not
I
only does
mean,
CPS see this stuff, they're in the chat. I know they are. They're
okay, so
fighting
why the
us,
fuck do you do it, dude?
right? I get it. I get it. I get it. I agree with you. I'm not fighting you, bro. I'm not.
I'm not fighting with you
I
either.
agree. I agree. It's so screwed up, man. It's like I totally agree with you 100%. It's just
Dude, these people, like I'm telling you, and
I
like
know.
again, at the risk of losing every subscriber I have, I don't know these fucking people, dude. If they turn on me, then they fucking turn on me. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna scrub floors if I have to. I'm gonna wash dishes if I
Right.
have to. I'm gonna flip burgers if I have to. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I gotta do.
Right.
It doesn't matter. They're not gonna stop me from living my life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I do, sir.
And the things that are important to me in my life, these people are never going to matter in the process of
Right.
getting those things fucking done.
Yes, sir.
Ever. I love
Right.
and I'm grateful, but that's where my limitation goes. I am merely grateful for what I've built here on YouTube, but I risk it every single time I go live. Every
Yeah.
single time, I don't, if it goes like that, for being honest, at least I was honest.
Well, yeah, that's
You
where
see
we
what I'm
got to be.
saying?
Yeah,
You see
that's
what I'm
what,
saying?
definitely.
But
Yeah, I'm not
you,
asking you.
but
I'm not
the
asking you to
difference is,
sugarcoat anything.
the difference is, Don, is that I worked my ass off to earn these people's respect.
Well, I understand that too.
I've been doing this for 4 fucking years. I worked my ass off to earn my chat's respect.
And I get that.
You have done the counter of that.
I get that. I get that. I mean, but when you lose a child and you don't know what, when you lose your fucking mind, I mean, I don't give a fuck who you are. Excuse me for cussing, sir. I don't
please
care if you
fucking cuss.
okay.
Like that's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't give a
All right.
fuck. I
All
always
right.
cuss on this channel because I don't give a
Okay.
fuck
I
about
don't
ad
care.
revenue. I never have.
I don't care if you're Andre the
Please be honest.
motherfucking giant. And you
Right.
take fucking Andre the Giant's little girl, you're gonna lose your fucking mind. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're not gonna be able to deal with it, man. It's gonna tear you apart. You're gonna lose it. You're gonna
No,
fucking go crazy.
I've never been through what you're going through, and I fully admit that. And I have always defended you in that regard, and I will
Thank you,
always
sir.
defend you in that regard. I am merely up here
My little girl,
begging you,
I get it.
begging you.
I'm listening to you, but my little girl, man, it was my whole world. She meant
I
the
believe
whole
you.
freaking world to me, bro. And
I
she
believe
was
you.
everything to me. Something I've never had in my entire life. All I've had is hate and people stabbing my back my whole life. And here comes my beautiful little girl, Summer. And it was the most enjoyable time of my entire life. And then somebody stole her from me.
All right. Let me share something with you. My name is my channel name. My name is Will. And if you address me, I would prefer that you address me as Will because that's
All
my
right.
name.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
But my channel's name is The Glarer, and Glarer is an acronym, and it stands for gratitude, logic, and 3 A's, accountability.
Okay. All right. That's
Gratitude,
more than fair.
gratitude, logic, accountability,
And I'm very
rationality,
gratitude. Yeah, I get
logic,
it. I get
empathy,
it.
and resilience.
Right.
Those things I try to apply to every decision that I make in my life. I
I'm
asked
very
you, Cadillac, I appreciate you, but please don't super chat me anymore tonight. This is not about that. I just haven't been able to turn them off.
I have much gratitude for God, you know. I really do. I mean, because it could be totally a whole lot worse, actually. It could be way worse. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know. It's been so horrific. I mean, but I still have to have gratitude towards God no matter what. I mean, because we're not promised anything.
But a real important part of that for me has been accountability.
Right? I get that. I get that.
Accountability means there's no excuses. It's
Right.
up to
And
me
you
to
know
do
what?
whatever the fuck I have to do.
Right. And you know what?
Accountability is
And
key.
I'll be straight up with you. In my life, I haven't been very accountable. I've been a screw up for most of my life, straight
I
out.
mean,
I'll
Don,
be
if I'm
straight
being
and honest
honest
with
with you,
you.
dude, you're making
Yeah.
excuses right now.
I'm not trying to make no excuses.
I
What
know
am I?
you're not. We do
I
this
mean,
unconsciously. That's the issue.
yeah.
We
Okay.
do this
Well, how am
unconsciously
I making an excuse?
because you're saying, well, my back's fucked up. And you're saying, well, you
Well,
know,
no. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
everybody's attacking me.
Okay. Right.
That's not gonna get you to where you need to be. I promise you that
Okay.
it's not going to.
Okay. Well, you asked me why I go live on these people's channel, but I
I
don't
get
give a
why you
damn.
do.
I don't. It don't matter. I understand now. It don't matter if I show them proof positive. It don't matter if I give them absolute truth and show them documents or whatever. It still don't matter. It's not going to change their opinion. It
Can
don't matter
you?
what you say to them.
Fair enough. No, I agree with you.
And
Can
that's
you
it.
can you sit here and deny that any of these people that you have chosen to go on their channels, that I mean, that goes from Cher to White Boy to Doug to Josh. Do any of these people have they ever actually shown you any evidence that they give a fuck about finding your daughter?
Well, I think a lot of people do actually care. You know, we're all human. I'm not going to talk bad about any of them. I won't even talk bad about Doug or even
Yes, as a
Josh.
matter of fact, I'm sorry, 1 second. Cherry, yes, turn off the chat. This is between me and Don. Don wanted to come up here. It's public, but
I'm not
I'm
gonna
gonna turn
talk
off the
bad.
chat.
I'm not
Turn
gonna
off the
talk.
chat.
I'm not gonna talk bad about them because they're human and they're discouraged. They want truths, and I understand all that, and I can't talk bad about not one of them, even though I want to. I want to attack them. You damn right, but I can't do that no more. I'm not going
You
to
don't.
attack them.
Yeah, I mean, because all anybody ever wants to know, Don, is what you're doing to find Summer. They're
Right.
always going to judge you on that.
And part of
And
that has been going on YouTube to bring, in different channels to bring awareness about Summer, even though they've been nothing but hate us and attack us and everything else. It still brought awareness to Summer, even though it's been very
that's fair.
bad.
That's fair. That's fair. But it's been 2 years, and all you've
Right.
seen is, have you
Right.
seen a positive effect from that?
No.
Right. That's my point.
Right.
Because
No,
I get
yeah,
your
I
point.
mean,
I agree. I'm not questioning your intentions. I'm not questioning your integrity or your intentions. I'm not doing
right.
that.
But at
I'm
this
saying
point,
that
this
now
point, yeah, right. Right. At this point,
we're on the
there's
same
nothing
page.
there's nothing more that YouTubers can do for Summer at this point. And I agree with that. I mean, no more than
That's
sharing
not
her
true.
picture. Well,
That's not
maybe.
true. I mean, but
Okay.
you're right. No, you're right. I agree with you. You're right. I interrupted before you finished
No,
your point.
you're good, bro.
You're right. There's no other than sharing her picture.
Right.
There's nothing else anybody can really do for Summer.
Right.
And I'm justifying my shit because I'm calling out the people that are counterproductive to that because of what the TBI has said. But
there's been a lot of things
but I
said
don't
about
want to.
TBI.
But let me do the dirty work, dude. You know what I
Right.
mean? Let me
Hey,
be the bad guy. Let me take these fuckers on.
I'm
You know what
fine
I
with that,
mean?
bro. Thank you.
Let me fight your fight as far as that goes.
Yes, sir.
Let me worry about these shitty YouTubers. That's what I
No,
do.
and I appreciate
You
that.
know,
I really
and
do.
I will continue to do that. I promise you, with all my heart, I will continue to do that. Anybody who uses Summer's name to capitalize on their own shit and spin bullshit narratives that muddy the waters, and people who call the TBI 1-800-TBI find helpline to muddy the waters and waste resources that are there to help find Summer and other missing kids in Tennessee.
Absolutely.
Let me shit all over them. This is what I do. You just focus on making a home for Summer to come home to when she's found, because I believe it's going to be found.
Okay. All right. You got it, bro. You got it.
I'm going to hold you to that, Don.
All right. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. I will do that, sir. And call me anytime. I mean, I understand the aggravation. I get it. Everybody's going through it. Everybody's human. We have to forgive everybody. We have to love
I'm
everybody.
mad for you, Don. Okay.
Right?
I lost my temper
really
on
did.
my live stream because
you're
I'm mad
good.
for you. Okay.
You're good.
I don't want
you're good. You're good.
you know, because I know
get
what
it.
your intentions are. But
And
God
at the same,
damn it, dude.
at the same time, we still have to understand what Doug's going through, what Josh is going through, and
Fuck what
everybody.
Doug's going
I
through.
know.
Yeah,
but all these people, they got thousands of people watching their videos and stuff, and we
fuck
still.
those thousands of people who support that shit.
I know.
Don't
but
worry about that. That's your problem, is you keep worrying about that. You worry about
I
Summer
know.
coming home,
But we
working
still
your
have
shit
to.
out with her
We,
mom, and that's
but,
it.
But we still have to think, man. These people are human. They're our brothers and our sisters, and we have to, bro.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
I know.
Those are grown-ups. Just like I'm holding you accountable, and people in the chat are holding you accountable to doing what you need to do. Those fuckers need to do what they need to do and focus on their own shit. And they can find something else to grift off of, and I'll shit on them for that too. But that's you don't have to fight for these thousands of people that listen to them. You don't have to let me worry about that. I'm fighting an uphill battle. I'm the one banging my head up against the wall. but I don't have I don't have a home waiting for a missing child. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have the luxury of just being up here and being like, fuck all of you, you're assholes. You don't have that luxury.
But that won't get us nowhere. I mean, you know.
Well, then what are you worrying about it for? You know what I mean? You just said yourself, where's it getting us?
I'm conflicted because, you know, because we have to love everybody no matter what. Even though they hate us, we still have to love them because that's what God tells us to do. That's why.
Listen, man, I know that I respect your religious beliefs, and I'm not trying to challenge them at all. But you can't tell me that the principles that I have set for myself to be a better person since I hit rock bottom are in any way contradictory to your beliefs, because they're not.
Okay,
just because I don't put the word God in that,
right.
it's not contradictory to what you believe.
Well,
We believe in the same thing.
Let's put it this way. We have to be wise as a serpent, but gentle as a dove. That's hard to do, bro. It is. It's so hard.
So where's the wisdom? Where's the wisdom in going on every fucking YouTube channel and trying to defend yourself against these serpents who are always trying to suck your blood?
I know. And that's what I've been trying to understand myself. I get it. And I'm aggravated too. I totally understand. I know.
And I'm sorry to come down on you the way that I
No,
have,
you're
man.
good. You're good.
I never thought in 1,000 years that I would come down on the parent of a missing child, because I do believe you miss her with all your heart. I do believe that.
This is important stuff to be talking about because I'm trying to understand it myself, and this is something I think about 24/7. It just drives me crazy, to be honest with you. So I'm glad that you're bringing it. You're bringing the truth, and this is something that needs to be talked about, and I appreciate that. It's crazy, you know. But hey, we're all human, and we're in this fight in this world together, and we got to love each other. There's a lot of horrific things that happen in this world every day, and we're lucky. We're not in Ukraine or something or whatever. It could be totally worse. We're fortunate. I don't know what situation my daughter's in right now. I have no clue. I don't know.
And I know it's easier said than done, because I can't imagine being in your position. But in theory, because I can't, like I said, I'm not in your position. I've never been in your position, but I have been in a position where I had to fight for my own kid.
At least you're open-minded, though.
And the only thing that I could do was just do what I needed to do to create a home that was fit for him to come home to. And I still failed.
Yeah.
I still failed, but I fucking fought tooth and nail.
Yeah.
That's
all we can do, and that's what we've been doing. I mean, I have a really good job here, but I haven't been to work. I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses, but I literally cannot walk right now. I'm just hoping and praying by Monday that I'm gonna have to do it. Somehow I've got to go back to work Monday. I got to. I just hope I can do it.
I mean, if
I don't have a choice,
you'll find a way. You will. You're 58 years old, you said, right?
Yes, sir.
You will find a way to put food on your table, to keep a roof over your head, and that's step number one. You already have a roof over your head right? You said the last time we spoke, you said you had all your bills caught up. That means that you're not in the worst
Right.
place that you could be,
Right.
right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank God, all my bills are caught
Right.
up. But I will admit one thing to you. I'm not in control of my life at all. But I know that God has the power, and you mark my words, so I'm gonna say this on your live, that God has, and I really honestly I'm scared to death that I don't know what's gonna happen next. But I do know that God is in control and He has the all power because He's God. And so let's just see what happens
I
since I
think
said
that
this on
God,
live.
I think that God blesses us
Yes.
who take accountability.
Right. Of course.
And I
Yeah.
mean, because I feel that those are more likely blessed for taking accountability and doing what needs
Yeah.
to be done and praying for
Right.
wisdom on how to deal with things rather than
Right.
praying for God to solve our problems for us.
Absolutely. I mean,
That's what I believe.
yeah. When David slept with Bathsheba and sent that man, her husband, to the front lines to be killed, he messed up big time. But he achieved forgiveness though because he felt so bad and asked God to forgive him, and he's
David learned
forgiven.
wisdom, and Solomon was
Yes.
David's son, correct?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And Solomon is known as the king of wisdom,
Yep.
right?
Yes, sir.
All we can do, the best thing we can do is pray for wisdom. That makes us the
That's
strongest,
right.
is to pray for wisdom, in my
Yes.
opinion.
Yep.
That's my
That's right.
opinion. That's my belief.
Well,
So
absolutely.
I feel that that's a foolproof way of making plans and getting things done, that where you partner with God, not so much
Yes.
depend on God. God
Right.
God wants partners,
Yes,
not
sir.
so much
Yes, sir.
people that he can control and rule over and puppet master. That's not God. That's not the God I
No.
want to believe in. The God
Well,
I want to
no.
believe in says, "Hey, this is what you got to do.
Yep.
Get it done.
Yeah. I mean, God. Yeah.
And if you get in trouble, ask me for more wisdom."
Yeah.
And it
That's
might not
right.
be what you want to hear, but I'm going to be here to help guide you. God's not here to solve our problems. God's here to help guide us. God is a part of every little thing, from the carpet in your, and the dirt in the ground under the carpet, to the roof over your head, to the sky up above. God is all of those things,
But
in my belief.
But He has solved problems for people before, like unbelievable stuff that He's done. So He does do that too.
Yeah, but I mean, is God is God a guide or a genie in a bottle that you rub the lamp and hope
Oh
that he
no.
pops out and
Oh
get
no.
wishes from? You know what I mean?
He just wants us to be His friend and trust in Him. And that's so awesome. Just that's
I
all He
I
wants.
I I love God because I believe God believes in me.
Yeah, that's right.
I believe in God because we got an understanding. Like, he believes in me to do the right thing. He believes in me to make choices, and that I'm going to that I'm going to put in just as much work as he's going to put in to me. He's not going to invest in something that is a waste. God wants to invest in us. In my opinion, that's what I believe. That's my personal
Yeah.
belief.
He wants us to trust Him.
And I think that's the most logical way to get results.
Yep. Absolutely. But anyways, I appreciate the time. I understand the aggravation. I've been so aggravated, and I totally understand it. I even understand the aggravation as far as Doug or JLR or any of them. I get it, and I'm not going to talk bad about them. So, but anyway, sir,
Like I said, let me
thank
do
you.
that. I enjoy it.
I
They
know,
suck,
I know.
but just,
But they are human, and we we got to think about them commandments. This is
If
love,
Summer's
love one
out there
another.
and she's okay and she just wants to come home to her daddy, what would Summer rather you be doing? Doing what I'm doing, or doing or
right.
just making sure that she's got a warm bed to come
Absolutely.
home to and a
Yes,
plate
sir.
of food waiting for her when she comes home.
And I totally,
Which is the daddy role?
I
You
agree
know
with
what I
you,
mean?
sir. I agree with you, sir. Yes, sir.
Let
I
me be the
totally agree.
asshole. I'm
Oh,
happy to do it.
okay, but don't get hurt, bro. Please.
That's my business, man. You know what
I
I mean?
know, I
But
know.
don't put yourself
Hey,
on the
hey,
line to get
hey,
yourself hurt.
what about
You know?
David's army? All those mighty men of valor that fought for David's side. Every one of them's mentioned in the Bible. I think that is so cool. Them men were warriors,
Sure.
and that's how heaven's army is. Same thing. That's why God loves David so much. And I think that's awesome.
Well, David's not the only one God loved in the Bible.
Well, right.
The lesson, the overall lesson in the Bible to me was that he loved all of us,
Yes,
everyone in
sir.
that,
Absolutely.
every main character and every side character and every story in the Bible. God
So
favored. God
I think
favored them all
I
to
think
some degree.
what it meant to me though is like we need to be warriors for what God's plan. You know, absolutely willing to die for God's plan.
And what's God's plan if he didn't give us free will? Isn't it up to us
Yeah.
to fulfill God's plan?
Yep. Yeah, we got to make that choice. We got to make the right
God
choice.
put that responsibility on us, did he not?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well,
You know?
I feel like your personal responsibility is the same as mine, which is to fulfill whatever my personal relationship is with God is to fulfill that as best as I can, meet him
Absolutely.
halfway. But I don't I my life has improved vastly since I stopped blaming God
Right. Right.
or depending on God to solve my shit for me. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Yes, sir.
I once I
Yep.
stop doing that and I start looking at it like, you know what? I've been looking at this the wrong way. I'm just grateful to be in God's eyes and I'm
Yeah.
going to do the best I can and
Yeah.
make God proud.
We're all
That's what
lucky.
I chose to do.
We're all lucky that we're
And
even
my life has
alive.
improved vastly since I started thinking that way.
Exactly. You know, I'm
So
trying, bro. I'm not perfect, but I'm trying.
no, neither am I, man. Like fuck, I'm the furthest thing from it.
Me
You
too.
know, I
Me
mean,
too.
I know, and I get it. I know, man. But I mean, Summer's out there somewhere. I gotta believe that,
Yeah,
and she
man,
needs
for
her dad to
sure.
come home to.
I
She
wish.
needs what her dad can do. Not just like you're not just you, Don. You're what you can do as well. You know what I
Right?
mean?
Yeah.
You're like there's not just the Don being. There's the Don that can and the things that Don can create and surround himself with and do
Right.
that makes Don Don. You know what I
Right.
mean?
All right, bro.
And that's what Summer is wanting to come home to. I have to believe that.
And I appreciate that, sir. And I will try to keep my end of the bargain, like you said earlier. And I will try my hardest. And I promise you guys that.
Right on, man.
Thank you very much for being honest with me and being straightforward. I appreciate it very much. And like I said, I will definitely do all I can to keep my end of that bargain, especially with God and you guys. That's
Well, what
awesome.
you do with God is your business, man. You
Well,
know,
no, it's y'all's business too. It's
that's
y'all's
your
business too.
business. Your relationship
Oh,
with God is a very personal thing, and that's your business. But I I I I, I just want I just want you to be able to move on with your life in peace and create a peaceful environment for yourself that Summer gets to come home to. That's what I
that would
care about.
okay, and I will do that, sir. I will do that.
Don't do it. Yeah, just
I will do that. No, that's cool. That's awesome. sounds like a great plan, and that's what I'm gonna stick with.
All right, man. I
All right,
appreciate
brother.
you.
Appreciate you guys. Thank
Sorry
you.
for
No, it's
yelling
good.
and getting mad,
No. I get it. The frustration. I
Because
totally.
it becomes an uphill battle feeling for me
Yeah.
too. I can't
Yes,
compare it to
sir.
you and what
No.
you've been going through, but I feel
Yeah.
like
No.
I feel like you lost yourself in
I did. I
all of
did.
this, you
I
know, and
did.
that's why
I
I get
did.
worried, man, and I
I
just worry
did.
for Summer. That's all.
But God's stronger than that, and so
You're
that's
stronger than that, Don. You're stronger than
well.
that. You know, God got and
Well, as a human being, every one of us actually deserved death. But what Christ did on the cross and everything has made it possible for us all to achieve eternal life. And I'm still struggling. I'm still learning. None of us deserve this, but Jesus made it possible for us. And that's awesome. That's awesome. So I'm gonna keep my word with you, and I appreciate you guys and your chat and everybody out there, and God bless you all. I love you all very much, and I'll talk to you down the road. All right, brother?
yes, sir.
Okay, I'll keep in touch. Thank you very much
Thanks
for
for
keeping
joining
it
me,
for
man.
keeping it real. Thank you.
And again, I'm sorry for yelling
No,
at
no,
you. I didn't mean
no,
to yell
no,
at you.
no. I totally get it, brother. God bless you all. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
You too, man.
All right. Love you guys. All right, bye.
All right. Yeah, I know the chat's been turned off, so I can't see any of your all's comments and what you're trying to share or whatever. And I got heated and I got pissed. And I mean, this fucking Doug dude, man, like he reached the lowest of anybody besides Bullhorn Betty and JLR. He's reached the lowest point out of anybody that I've seen as far as just pimping this. Yeah. So sorry to get so emotional with you guys and everything. And I'm going to go ahead and call it. And yeah, I can only I can only defend this for so long, and that's not to say that I agree with any of these assholes that shit talk Don or Candace, because I don't, you know, but Don's got to take some accountability for what he's saying. He sounds like he did. At least I heard him do that, so I can only hope that our conversation, yeah. Anyways, guys, I love you. We'll do this again soon, my friends.